Clippers Magic over 232. So I've been playing a lot of unders, and the reason I was playing a lot of unders is my projection system last year killed it on unders. I was phenomenal, 60% plus on unders last season, and so I was like going back to the well. But then I actually like ran enough data to actually see how we're performing this year, and it's small sample. Like I'm not like going heavy on this stuff because I'm waiting for the sample size to kind of stabilize a little bit here. But I'm 61% on overplays this season per the model. I've just been playing too many unders. So I'm going the other direction, especially with what we talked about on the Tuesday show when we get into the courts and how the play has been. These guys are all rested. They're on 2 days rest in most of these situations. No one's on a back-to-back. So it's a pretty good spot. There is kind of like a bigger energy with these in-season tournament games for whatever reason. And we saw that with the totals going 5-2 to the over on the last Friday slate. Maybe that regulates. So I'm not playing them across the board, but I'm going to take Clippers Mavericks. This is pretty simple. The Mavericks have allowed a really incredible percentage of overs on how much they've allowed on team games this season. They have allowed the opponent team total over in 5 of their 8. The Clippers defense has really started to slide in that respect too. It was doing pretty well, and then it's actually started to backslide since Harden got there because the transition defense is so bad. And the Mavericks don't run a lot, but if you allow them to the way that they are, it's pretty good. Here's the bigger one though. The Mavericks are 8-0 to their team total over. Clippers are 5-3 to their team total over. So you've got 2 teams that have been phenomenal at going over their combined total. I'm sorry, it's 5-2 on the Clippers to their team total over. Mavericks is 8-0. So you have two teams that have both consistently gone over their team totals. Now, again, this is pre-Harden, but this is a big primetime spot, and there's a lot of ways for me to get here. The Clippers defense is bad because of Harden, and this goes over. The Clippers offense gets better because Harden settles in, and this goes over. The Raptors are the worst half-court offense in the league, in my opinion, and they absolutely destroyed Dallas's defense because that's how bad Dallas's half-court defense is. This is not a pace play. This is an efficiency play. So that's kind of the concern here is like, look, it's a high number. I'm not ignoring that. It's 232, but I've got this projected at 239.5, almost 240. That to me sounds right. I think the Clippers are going to continue to struggle as they figure out how to defend with Harden on the court. And the Mavericks, I think that they will continue to struggle to defend no matter what, but they will score. The Mavericks will always score well. I've got 2 early trends. That 8-0 for the Mavericks says that the market has not adequately adjusted for Dallas's offense being as good as it is. So I'll take the over 232.5 here.
Yeah, and also, how about we get some positive shooting regression from Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, like 6 of almost 30, 6 of 29 from 3 the last couple games. You know what the natural thing is to do, Matt? It's like
what?
Kawhi and PG not shooting it well. It's fucking James's fault, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that's how everyone in the NBA casual Twitter world thinks. It's like all of a sudden James shows up. Kawhi and Paul can't shoot it anymore. So get some positive regression offensively from those guys. They can get going. And I will say this, the first couple games, James has shown he's just such a good distributor. And if those guys are going to be able to knock down shots as they figure out how they want to play D and offensively how they want to go about possession to possession, then this should be a very stable offensive squad. And I've been very clear on where I'm at with Dallas. I think offensively they're obviously good, and the things you laid out with the team total being undefeated going over for the Mavericks, this is a good spot for an over. Prime time. This is a spot where I think both teams end up leaning on O, and Dallas has been so good to close games offensively that if it does get tight and we're trying to get over that number late, Dallas has been very good coming down the stretch while the Clippers have been prone to turning it over and been disorganized, which both can lead to easy buckets.